Giving yourself plenty of room to grow. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am a recovering alcoholic. I'm still sober. That's all I care about. I'm still sober, and I'm still enjoying each and every single day. I've never met somebody who's ever regretted getting clean and sober. We are wrapping up our summer baseball season, travel season today. This weekend, we get to actually play locally, which is nice. I forgot what it's like to be home on the weekends. And I was thinking this morning, what a remarkable 6-8 weeks it's been, however long. You know, getting to spend time with these kids and get to know these kids that we're coaching, to get to teach them about the game we all know and love, to get to know the parents and the family members of these kids. It's been remarkable. One of the things that stands out for me, especially this year, is where Joey's been helping us. He and I, we're in cars. We're on the road a lot, driving for a long time, driving to a different city. And we get the opportunity to talk about many different things. And I know late last night, we were on the way back from the ball game, and I was sharing with him how one of my biggest concerns for not just the newcomer, but even people who've been in recovery for a really long time is this idea of we don't do it cognizantly. We're not even aware of it, but we limit our growth potential. The whole point of recovery is to grow, to grow and better our lives, to better our position in life, to better position us so we can receive the blessings that our higher power, that God wants to give me. That's our whole point of in recovery. To recover is to grow, to live our life, and to continually grow. And there are times that what happens is even whenever we come into recovery, we inadvertently place ourselves in a box. We inadvertently place these unintended boundaries on our growth potential. Think of a greenhouse. I don't know much about greenhouse and how it all works and all that, but on the surface it makes logical sense. Think of a greenhouse, and you got this physical glass structure that's physically surrounding a bunch of plants, flowers, vegetables, whatever. There's only so much room in that greenhouse where that plant can grow. Sure, it can get sunlight. Sure, it can get air. Sure, maybe there's, a watering system inside that greenhouse that's delivering water. But eventually that plant that's in that greenhouse, there is a possibility that that plant will stop growing. It will reach its maximum height, its maximum width, its maximum depth, and it just runs out of room to grow. And that's something that I see happen a lot with folks whenever they come into recovery. They come into recovery with the same idea that I had. See, when I came into recovery, I thought it was just about stopping drinking. That was it. That's recovery. Oh, I'm recovered. No, matter of fact, as I grew into my recovery, started growing in my recovery, I came to the realization quickly that the alcohol was the solution to the problems that I didn't want to deal with. I didn't want to think about. The problem is never the alcohol. The alcohol was my solution to the problems that I didn't want to deal with. I couldn't deal with, perhaps. And so when I got clean and sober, I removed the alcohol. I was able to address those things in my life that had gone unaddressed, if you will. And then that's when I started growing. I'd put down roots. And for me, as I grew, I never wanted to grow into that proverbial greenhouse, so to speak. I never wanted to grow under a roof or inside walls. If I'm going to grow, I want to keep growing. I don't want to stop growing, because whenever it's a biological rule, whenever a cellular structure stops growing, it starts going the other direction. Now, for many years, I didn't care about that. I didn't care about going the other direction. Matter of fact, for many years, I wanted to expedite that process. But since I got clean and sober, I want to keep growing. I want to keep living. I want to keep enjoying the life and of the blessings anyway that God has bestowed on my life. I'm eternally grateful for those things. I want to keep that. But I can't do that if I stop growing. If I place these unintended, sometimes you're unaware of it, barriers in my recovery. I see people that come into recovery and they have this idea. It's about stopping drinking. It's about stopping drugging. And they immediately start growing into the greenhouse. And I'm like, there's a ceiling on that sumbitch. You're eventually going to hit it. You're eventually going to start hitting the walls and hitting the ceiling, your recovery growth anyway. It'll eventually run out of room to grow. And that's where, in my opinion, that's where this idea of dry drunk comes from. People will still go through the motions. They're still showing up to meetings, still setting up chairs, still making a coffee, still handing out pamphlets, still doing outreach. But there's nothing behind it. There's nothing behind it. They've lost that spiritual connection. They've lost that passion, excitement, and enthusiasm for recovery. And I believe that whenever somebody becomes a quote unquote dry drunk, what's really happened is they've hit the glass ceiling. They've hit the barriers and the ceiling of that proverbial recovery greenhouse. They've ran out of room to grow. I want to make sure that I don't grow within the confines and structures and rules and regulations of another person's recovery. I want to grow in where I was planted, where God planted me himself. He didn't plant me in somebody else's field. He planted me where he planted me, and I have a purpose to serve, and I damn well full well intend to serve and fulfill that purpose that he has me here for. So with that being said, I'm out of time. Don't stop yourself from growing. Don't put yourself in a position where you can't grow anymore. Just keep that in mind. It's important for your recovery, and that's, in my opinion, one of the best ways to avoid becoming that dry drunk and that spiritually disconnected. So I'm out of time. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take the first drink.